What if I told you that in the next 15 minutes, you could make your home look cleaner than it has in months, without buying expensive storage bins, without spending your entire weekend cleaning, and without throwing away everything you own? Sounds too good to be true. Here's the crazy part. Professional organizers don't spend hours making homes look amazing. They follow one simple rule that almost nobody talks about. And once you understand it, you'll never look at clutter the same way again. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to declutter any room in just 15 minutes, and why this tiny habit can completely change the way your home feels. Let's get started. Picture this. You wake up on a Saturday morning. You look around your bedroom. There's laundry on the chair, mail stacked on the kitchen counter, shoes by the front door, random cables, Amazon boxes, that drawer you've been meaning to organize for, well, years. You tell yourself, I'll clean it later, but later turns into next weekend, then next month, then suddenly you're living in a house that's filled with things you barely notice anymore. Here's something most people don't realize. Clutter isn't just about having too much stuff. It's about hundreds of tiny decisions your brain has to make every single day. Every object competes for your attention. Every pile reminds you of something unfinished. Every messy corner quietly drains your mental energy. That's why people often say they feel exhausted before they've even started their day. It's not laziness. It's visual overload. And that's exactly why the 15-minute rule works so well. Because instead of trying to organize your entire life, you're only asking your brain to do one small thing for just 15 minutes. Here's the biggest mistake almost everyone makes. They wait until they have an entire free day. They think, this weekend, I'm finally going to organize the whole house. So Saturday comes. They pull everything out of the closet. They dump every drawer onto the floor. Halfway through, they're overwhelmed. They're tired. Now the house actually looks worse than before. So they quit. Sound familiar? Psychologists call this decision fatigue. The more choices your brain has to make, keep, donate, sell, store, throw away, the harder every decision becomes. Eventually, your brain simply says, let's do this another day. That's why marathon cleaning sessions almost always fail. Not because you're lazy, because your brain isn't built for hours of nonstop decision-making. Successful people do the opposite. Instead of asking, how can I clean my whole house today? They ask, what can I finish in the next 15 minutes? That tiny shift changes everything. Here's why 15 minutes is almost magical. Think about going to the gym. If someone told you to work out for 4 hours, you'd probably never start. But 15 minutes? Almost anyone can do that. The same thing happens with decluttering. 15 minutes feels easy. Your brain doesn't panic. There's no pressure, no impossible goal. Just one timer, one small area, one decision at a time. And here's something surprising. Most people keep going after the timer ends. Psychologists call this the momentum effect. Starting is the hardest part. Once you're moving, stopping actually becomes harder than continuing. That's why people often say, I was only planning to organize one shelf, and somehow I cleaned the whole room. The timer didn't magically clean the room. It simply helped them start. Here's exactly how you do it. Step 1. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Not 20, not 30, exactly 15. Step 2. Choose one tiny area. Not the whole kitchen. One drawer, one shelf, one countertop, one nightstand. That's it. Step 3. Touch every item only once. Ask yourself 3 questions. Do I use it? Do I need it? Would I buy it again today? If the answer is no, it probably doesn't belong in your home anymore. Don't create a giant, maybe pile. That's where clutter goes to survive. Make the decision. Move on. Keep the momentum going. And when the timer rings, stop, even if you're not finished. Because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is building a habit you'll actually repeat tomorrow. Now here's a trick that professional organizers use when people feel completely stuck. It's called the 5-item challenge. The rule is incredibly simple. You only have one job. Find 5 things that no longer belong in the room. That's it. Not 50. Not an entire closet. Just 5. Why? Because 5 is a number your brain doesn't resist. Anyone can find 5 things. An old magazine, a broken charger, an empty box, expired coupons, a shirt that hasn't fit in years. The funny thing is, Once you've found those first 5 items, you almost always notice 5 more. Then another 5. Before you realize it, you've removed 20 or 30 unnecessary things without ever feeling overwhelmed. Small wins create momentum, and momentum creates lasting change. Now here's the method that completely changes the way most people think about organizing. Instead of asking, "What should I get rid of?" ask yourself, "What deserves to stay?" It sounds like the same question, but psychologically, it's completely different. Imagine opening your closet. Instead of looking for clothes to throw away, start by picking your absolute favorites. The jeans you wear every week, your favorite hoodie, that jacket you always grab, the shoes that are actually comfortable. Keep choosing the items you genuinely love. Eventually, you'll notice something interesting. What's left behind? Those shirts you forgot you owned, the shoes that hurt your feet, the kitchen gadgets collecting dust, the decorations you don't even notice anymore. Instead of struggling to decide what to remove, the clutter quietly identifies itself. That's why it's called decluttering backwards. It feels easier, less emotional, and surprisingly faster. Have you ever kept something simply because I might need it someday? Almost everyone has. Old phone chargers, random cords, half-used notebooks, broken furniture waiting to be repaired, kitchen gadgets you've used once, boxes, just in case. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of those, just in case, items never get used. They simply occupy space. Researchers have found that people consistently overestimate how often they'll use things in the future. We imagine a version of ourselves that suddenly starts sewing, camping, baking, learning guitar, or fixing electronics, but that future version rarely shows up. Meanwhile, your current self has to step around the clutter every single day. The question isn't, "Could I ever use this?" It's, "Is it improving my life today?" If the answer is no, it's probably costing you more in stress than it's worth. Want to stop clutter from coming back? Follow one simple habit. Every time something enters your home, something leaves. Buy a new pair of sneakers, donate an old pair. New coffee mug, one old mug goes. New jacket, old jacket leaves. This rule sounds almost too simple, but over time, it completely changes your relationship with shopping. Instead of asking, "Do I want this?" you'll start asking, "What am I willing to replace?" And suddenly, impulse purchases become much less tempting, because every new item comes with a decision. Now let's avoid the mistakes that cause most people to quit. Mistake number 1. Buying storage before decluttering. Many people think the solution is more bins, more shelves, more containers. But storage doesn't solve clutter. It simply hides it. Organize after you've reduced what you own, not before. Mistake number 2. Trying to clean when you're exhausted. Decluttering requires decisions, and decisions require energy. 15 focused minutes after breakfast is far more productive than 2 frustrated hours late at night. Mistake number 3. Keeping things because they were expensive. This one is hard. Maybe you spent hundreds of dollars on something. Maybe you've barely used it, so you keep it, just to avoid feeling guilty. But here's the reality. The money is already gone. Keeping the item won't bring it back. All it does is take up space while reminding you of a purchase you regret. Instead, think of it this way. That item taught you something. Maybe it taught you to shop more carefully. Maybe it taught you what you truly value. That's not a waste. That's a lesson. Most people think decluttering is about having a prettier house. It's much bigger than that. People often notice they spend less money because they stop buying duplicates. They stop losing things. They know exactly where everything is. Many even report sleeping better, feeling calmer, arguing less with family members, and spending less time cleaning. Because fewer possessions mean fewer things to maintain. The goal isn't owning less for the sake of owning less. The goal is creating more room for your time, your attention, and your peace of mind. Now that you know how to declutter, here's the secret to making sure the mess never comes back. It's called the 15-minute daily reset. Every evening, before you sit down to watch TV, before you scroll through social media, set a timer for just 15 minutes. That's it. Spend those minutes putting things back where they belong. Fold the blanket on the couch. Clear the kitchen counter. Put dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Return shoes to the closet. Throw away junk mail. Wipe down one surface. Don't deep clean. Don't reorganize your entire home. Just reset it. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait until your teeth are in terrible shape before taking care of them. You do a little every day. Your home works the same way. Those small daily resets prevent weekend cleaning marathons. And after a couple of weeks, you'll notice something amazing. Your house never gets out of control. If you're serious about transforming your home, try the simple 7-day challenge. Day 1. Declutter 1 kitchen drawer. Day 2. Clear your bathroom counter. Day 3. Organize your nightstand. Day 4. Clean out your wallet, purse, or backpack. Day 5. Choose 10 clothing items to donate. Day 6. Delete unnecessary files and apps from your phone or computer. Digital clutter creates stress too. Day 7. Walk through your home with fresh eyes. Look for 5 things you no longer need. By the end of the week, you won't just have a cleaner house. You'll have proof that small actions create big results. Here's one final thought. Most people believe they'll feel happy once their home is perfectly organized. But that's backwards. You don't need a perfect home. You need a home that supports your life. There will always be laundry. There will always be dishes. Life is messy, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Every drawer you clear, every shelf you simplify, every item you let go of, makes tomorrow just a little bit easier. Imagine walking into your home after a long day, and instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel calm. You know exactly where everything is. You don't waste time looking for your keys. You don't get frustrated searching for important papers. Your home becomes a place where you can actually relax. And all of that starts with just 15 minutes. Not tomorrow. Not next weekend. Not when life finally slows down. Today. Because 15 minutes from now, you could already be living in a home that feels lighter than it did 15 minutes ago. So here's your challenge. As soon as this video ends, set a timer for 15 minutes. Choose one small area, one drawer, one shelf, one corner. Then come back and tell us in the comments, what was the first thing you got rid of? You might inspire someone else to finally get started. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every week, we share practical tips to help you create a cleaner, calmer, and more organized life without spending a fortune or wasting your weekends. Thanks for watching. And remember, a clutter-free home isn't built in a day. It's built 15 minutes at a time. We'll see you in the next video.